Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of What Did I Buy? I bought a lot of stuff here towards the end of the year, and I haven't had a lot of time to do videos because we had a lot of family stuff going on and many other reasons. But what I'm going to do is I tried a little bit of a different setup here with the movie being displayed right here and myself being displayed right here. So what we're going to do is get right into it. These are Salvation Army pickups, 50 cents, usually. I believe all these are 50 cents. A few of these are ones I got from a new friend of mine. I gave many, if not almost all of my old DVD cases too. And I'll be doing a video very soon, posting maybe even tomorrow, showing my DVD collection, where I store it. Some Blu-rays are starting to make their way into there too because I'm running out of Blu-ray space upstairs in the display cabinets. So any Blu-rays that kind of don't pass the muster are going to come down here into the basement. So without any further ado, the first one I picked up is Ratatouille. Now I did have Ratatouille, so this is not a big deal in itself. Ratatouille, as you know, is a Disney Pixar movie. But this one came with a little bonus disc. And I don't know if that's displaying real well, but it says bonus disc. What it says it has on it, it says it has a heist fantasy, never before seen deleted scene. Its character profiles discover more about your favorite Ratatouille characters and progression reel rapids. Go behind the scenes in this exclusive mini documentary and more. And this was a special little free disc, I think, that came with the Target version. And since that was there, I picked it up for 50 cents. To have a bonus disc is always nice. And it doesn't have any real big artwork on it, but, just exclusive bonus disc. So a lot of places, retailers will ask for these kind of things to try to drive traffic towards their store over their competitors. So I'm not surprised that came out, but Ratatouille is one of those few movies I don't own on Blu-ray of Pixar. Nothing against it. I actually think it's a decent movie, but not in love with it like some of the other ones. If I find a Blu-ray cheap enough, I will pick it up though. Now this next one is one of the ones I got for free from Jason, so thank you, Jason. Shaking the Tree. It has Courtney Cox very well displayed on the cover, as you can see, and that's because she's the only person in this that's really a star. At least probably when they released, when they released the movie, she was probably the biggest star. Is she in it a ton? I don't know. I haven't watched it yet, but it basically says here on the back that this is a darkly humorous, reluctantly coming-of-age drama starring Courtney Cox, Arya Gross from Ellen, and Doug Savant from Melrose Place. And then it says Gail Hansen from Dead Poets Society and Stephen Wilde. So I don't know a lot of those actors or actresses, but you guys might. If this movie's any good, leave a comment. Let me know. I should watch this sooner than later. Otherwise, it's on my very, very, very large list of things to watch. So, Shaking the Tree. I'd never heard of it before I saw he had a copy. Next one is not one from Jason, but from a Salvation Army find. This is Club Dread. Now I bought this at Second and Charles, which was done in a video way back, and you'd think, okay, cool, you got the movie, and I bought a second copy of it. Well, no. What happened is the one I bought at Second Charles was defective. However, that place is about an hour drive for me, and it just wasn't worth the time, gas, or any other. It wasn't worth the time or gas, really, is what it comes down to. This one is the unrated widescreen version. That's all I really need. I like the unrated versions usually more than the theatrical releases if given a choice. The other one had both releases, which had it as a flipper disc. This is just one copy or one version. Best part of this movie is Bill Paxton as Coconut Pete. He's kind of like it's a little bit like a Margaritaville thing. I think it's called Hamburgers in Paradise or something is the song. I don't remember. Cheeseburgers in Paradise. Maybe that's the real song. I'm not thinking of, but they go to Coconut Pete's Pleasure Island and people start getting killed. This is by the guys who did Super Troopers, and they also did Broken Lizard is the name of the group. I have one the other day, Puddle Jumper or something like that. Their movies are like they're a little out there, but they're entertaining. They're entertaining. So, Club Dread. Another one from Jason. Cats and Dogs, and this one is The Revenge of Kitty Galore. So I have not watched Cats and Dogs. I know Tobey Maguire does a voice in it, and that's about all I know. In the original, I don't know if he even reprises his role. I'm looking on the back here. I do see Neil Patrick Harris listed, Chris O'Donnell, Christina Applegate, Michael Clark Duncan, Bette Midler. So there's a lot of voice actors in it, and that's great. But is it any good? I'll let you know after I've seen it. I believe this is considered Cats and Dogs 2. So I guess I'm collecting those now. You know, and what the reason is, if you have a family, you do want some things you can watch with your kid. And this is, trying to add to that pile a little bit. So, Cats and Dogs, The Revenge of Kitty Galore. This is a romantic comedy called Romantic Comedy. I know that's Dudley Moore. I forget her name. Mary Steenburgen. Yeah, Steenburgen. And it's called Romantic Comedy. I know nothing about this, but again, it just looked interesting to me because it looks very 80s, and I like 80s movies, usually. There are a lot of bad 80s movies, as my wife tells me very often. So, with that in mind, hopefully this is not one of those bad ones. Hopefully it's one of the good ones. So. And now some people here are going to, leave a comment and say, how could you not have owned this by now? But I did not own this, and I never actually have seen this all the way through. I haven't even seen parts of it. It's called It's a Wonderful Life. This has the black and white and color versions both. And no, I have not ever seen it. I'm hoping to see it soon. I missed that time to watch it, actually. It was about maybe a week ago since it was Christmas then. But at any rate, it's nice to finally own it. And I'm betting it's one of those movies you can watch any time of year, but I'm sure it's a Christmas movie. And I just know that anytime a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. And that's about all I know. This is a recent find. Completes the trilogy, I believe that's all that's around, of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies. And it's Dog Days. I did not have it. I had Roderick Rules, and I had the original, but not this one. I don't know if this is the second or third one. Is back for 3 times the fun, the latest film. It might be the third one based on that little comment, but not sure. But it's nice to have these, again, family movies, ones I can watch with my kid. Try to tear him away from Roblox and his tablet, which he actually broke the port on, so it can't charge anymore. But, it was his, so, kids will do as kids will do. At any rate, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Dog Days, again, good family movie, I'm hoping. Now as for a non-family movie, I found this American Gigolo Richard Gere movie. Richard Gere, most I know about him really is Pretty Woman. I know there's some other movies I have owned with Richard Gere in it, but that's like the primary one, Pretty Woman. And outside of that, I know nothing about this. So that's good because I like going into movies blind, not knowing anything about what I'm getting involved in. This will definitely be the case. I'm betting he's an American Gigolo. It does say that on the back. And his name is Julian. He's boyish and sensual. He speaks 5 or 6 languages and is equally comfortable as a chauffeur for a wealthy middle-aged matron and as a translator/companion for the lonely wife of an executive. So there you go. Oh, it's a sexually charged drama from Paul Schrader. Paul Schrader did such great movies such as Light Sleeper and Cat People. I love this movie. I was glad to have found this. Surprised I didn't own it actually. And maybe I do have it in my collection already, but it wasn't listed in my in my Blu-ray.com profile of having it, so I added it right away. But I now own Ladybugs. Great movie, Jonathan Brandis and Rodney Dangerfield. God, what's the girl's name? I always mess up her name. Jackie. Yeah, Jackie. Um, Jackie, the African American actress. I think she was on 227 back in the day. But it's a movie where he's trying to kiss the ass of his boss to get this raise for promotion. And so he says he can coach a soccer team. And he's trying to coach a soccer team his daughter's on. He knows nothing about soccer. And then so he gets his girlfriend's son to play on the team dressed up as a girl. And hilarity ensues. But Ladybugs, if you haven't seen Ladybugs, it's a great Rodney Dangerfield movie. It really is. My wife said she might have stumbled upon this once on streaming. It's Natalie Portman in a movie called Annihilation. This is, of course, a family video one, and I can tell because of how the case is. It's, or the sleeve or whatever, and it just says Annihilation in black on the side. No, real logos or anything to speak of, but it's probably from a Blu-ray DVD combo, and they just made this, case or whatever. Annihilation. It's kind of weird looking. I mean, she's got her head in an alligator's mouth there. I don't know what's going on in this movie. I just know they said the environment seems to have a mind of its own, and they go into this area, and she's a husband. Let's see, when the husband of a biologist, Lena, disappears after going on an expedition into an environmental disaster area, Lena volunteers to go with the expedition, tasked with finding out what happened to his team. When they enter the area, they discover many fantastic alterations to the flora and fauna. So, there it is. Annihilation. Natalie Portman. If you know anything about some of these, where I've said I have no idea, please leave comments. I really want to know about some of these. I pick things up sometimes because they look interesting. I don't just pick up things, any old movie. If it doesn't look interesting to me, I don't pick it up. I don't really pick up Tyler Perry stuff because it doesn't really interest me. To each their own. I don't pick up episodes of Johnny Carson. I did pick up a DVD of Carol Burnett, but that's because there are some Carol Burnett things I really have liked, and I really like Carol Burnett, period. But I don't just buy anything. But this is intriguing. I'm going to get crap for this one, but Daredevil, yeah. Hey, it's 50 cents, 2-disc version of Daredevil. It's not the greatest movie. It's pretty bad. Matt Murdock, played by Ben Affleck, and Jennifer Garner's playing Elektra. Kingpin's played by Michael Duncan. What's his name? Michael Clark Duncan, and then Bullseye is played by Colin Farrell. So, it's not great, but remember, this is from, in my opinion, still, when they were trying to figure out how to do these superhero movies, how much can you put in one? Do you have to get it very self-contained? Could you build on them? And it's not the worst. It's just the execution was botched, I'd say. Hopefully, if they do another Daredevil movie in the new MCU, hopefully it's a little better than this. They also were trying to figure out how do we do these outfits and do them justice in the conversion from comic book to movie at this time, and I don't think they got this one right. This, I saw one name on it, and that's what got me to pick it up. Dark Places has Charlize Theron in it, Chloe Grace Moretz, and Christina Hendricks. And it's from the author of Gone Girl, which I do own Gone Girl, but I have not watched yet. I got Gone Girl really cheap, I think got that for 50 cents. Or $1 maybe. But this is earlier Chloe one, but I do like her a lot. I think she's a great actress ever since I saw her as Hit Girl in Kick-Ass. And I picked this up because I like Charlize Theron as well. I think she's a great actress. I actually am going to be getting a copy of Atomic Blonde soon in a trade with somebody on the Blu-ray forums, and that'll be cool to own and watch. But here we go, Dark Places. And what it says on the back here, it says Libby Day was only 7 years old when her mother and two sisters were murdered, and her brother Ben was jailed for the crime. Now, 25 years later, Libby discovers shocking evidence that Ben may be innocent and the real killer is still at large. So, there you go. Alright, next one here. Tom Hanks, A Hologram for the King. Now, if you've been on this channel for a while, and I'm pretty sure I've said this in former videos, I dislike that Tom Hanks primarily plays real world actors, or real world people nowadays. Mr. Rogers, and he does, Walt Disney, and he did Sully, and he does a lot of those, and that's great. But what I really love him in is where he's playing a fictional character. Let's say it that way. This one looks like it might be what I was looking for. He actually, there's a movie called Incredibly or Extraordinarily Close and Loud, or Loud and Close, or something like that. This though, this he's hopefully going to be in a little more than he was in that movie. I don't know why. I'm not saying either things he plays nonfiction or fiction characters he does a better job. I just think he does better with these fictional ones. I know there's a lot of people who say, "Oh God, Cloud Atlas was horrible," and the Da Vinci Code movies, what was with the hairstyle? I can't answer those questions, but I do like him in a lot of these movies. I find where he's just playing a character. I was watching one where he just worked in a retail store and they let him go because they said he was overqualified. He loved his job and everything, so he decided to go back to school and try to get a degree. And then, just life happens. And it's just a slice of life movie, but it was really good. I'll have to actually do a review on that one because it was just one of those movies where I was watching it and he just captivated me. The whole movie did, because it was just such an interesting story and quite well told. But this, A Hologram for the King, it says Tom Hanks delivers one of his most engaging performances as Alan Clay. Well, there you go. As a recently divorced American businessman who is sent overseas to pitch a state-of-the-art holographic teleconferencing system to the king, Alan tries to navigate the country's unique customs and finds himself thrust into a series of wonderful misadventures. Oh, there you go. I'm not going to say much about this, but it's another Ice Age movie, The Meltdown. I figure due to global warming. But this is another one, a family one. Ice Age, The Meltdown. I don't know. Is this number 2 or 3? Do anyone know, or is this 4 or 5? How many of these movies are there at this point? Ice Age, The Meltdown. Okay. I have owned number 2 for quite a while, Major League. I found Major League 2 at I think it was at Salvation Army or Goodwill, one of the two. I like those first 2 movies. I like the third one too because Scott Bakula's in it. I think Scott Bakula's great. But these first 2 are connected, and this is great to finally own Major League 1. I've wanted to have this for a while. Again, I don't need to pay a ton of money to get these. I don't want to pay a ton of money to get these, but if I can find it for 50 cents or $1, there's certain ones I'm pulling the trigger on immediately like that. So, Major League. If you don't know about Major League, try to watch this. It's got to be on some streaming services. The Cleveland Indians, they're just a cruddy team doing horrible. And this movie is about the team kind of turning it around and getting some new players. Charlie Sheen's in it, and he's hilarious in it. So this is hopefully a good pickup. I like David Spade generally. You get a Wayans in there. Is that Marlon or Sean? Marlon Wayans. Okay, Marlon Wayans. It's called Senseless. And it looks like something about he creates potion and enhances his senses. I can't really say much more than that because it's it's gonna be one of those wacky movies. I don't want to read the back description. I just know this picture. That picture sold me on it. I mean, he's just so happy about that potion. All right, Tinker Toy, Soldier Spy. Yeah, somebody's doing some crossword puzzles. It's almost like, but this cast is what got me to buy this. I had not heard of this. My wife had heard of this, but I had not, and I picked this up because of the cast. Listen to this cast: Colin Firth, Tom Hardy, John Hurt, Toby Jones, Mark Strong, and Benedict Cumberbatch. I mean, that's a good cast. That's a good cast. And that looks like, I swear that's Gary Oldman in the middle. Yeah, Gary Oldman too. Right there in the middle. So, there we go. And WTF, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, Tina Fey. This, I think I had seen this at Dollar Tree and not picked it up. But I decided to pick it up because of the fact that it was 50 cents. The story actually looks like it's pretty interesting. This one I did actually read. It basically says it's an entertaining comedy about finding yourself in the most unlikely of places. Tina Fey plays a reporter stuck in a rut, decides to shake things up by leaving her desk job in New York and taking a dangerous assignment in Afghanistan. Far from home and completely out of her comfort zone, a culture-shocked Kim befriends an adventurous reporter, played by Margot Robbie, a no-nonsense colonel, played by Billy Bob Thornton, and a charming photojournalist, played by Martin Freeman, to help her navigate this crazy new world. So, this is the what the blank find. I had to pick this up because I saw it there just on the shelf, and I was like, are you kidding me? They just have a Girls Gone Wild sitting out here on the shelf as Salvation Army. I'm surprised some kid didn't snatch this. But I guess, kids have access to stuff like this in different ways, so they probably didn't need to snatch this. But I did pick it up thinking, oh my god, this is funny that they just have a Girls Gone Wild DVD out here on the shelf. Not behind a counter or anything, just out there on the shelf in the media section. So, it's like, oh cool, you can buy a Clifford book, you can buy a, Pat Benatar record, or you can buy Girls Gone Wild on DVD. So, I bought Girls Gone Wild on DVD. Last one here is on a previous video, I think I showed it. I found the DVD of La La Land sealed, so I picked it up for 50 cents at Salvation Army. Well, this time I found it was open, but the Blu-ray of La La Land with the slipcover, with the great Best Buy sticker, which doesn't come off. Best Buy, change your dang stickers, man. You guys have stickers that just don't come off. I mean, I understand you not wanting theft, but make it at least possible to get these stickers off, or at least put it on the real DVD so that people don't just take the slipcover off. Yeah. La La Land, I said it last time, I'll say it again. I don't mind it. It isn't great. It's got good parts. The music is good at parts. Some of the good music's good. But I love the opening. The opening number is great. And I think the time period they set it in and such, just how they did it, I think it's supposed to take place in like older Hollywood. And I think that's great about it too. So those are my pickups I've shown off. Hopefully you guys like some of this. That takes me through the end of the year and all the stuff I found. I got a few videos I'm filming this weekend to have pop up during the week, including ones about my Masters of the Universe collection, which I'm selling on eBay. I got video I'm going to show off where I got my DVD collection stored. I want to go over my Blu-ray collection, where it stands now upstairs, or even just my Disney Blu-ray collection for that matter. And that's about it. So leave a comment about one of the DVDs I showed off, or even the Blu-ray. Leave a comment about it, why you own it, why you want to own it. And I'll go and give out one free code, one digital code to somebody. You can pick from a list of over 100 different ones. And if I pick your comment, you win. But you have to be a subscriber. Please leave likes. Please leave comments. As always, I'm Jeremy. thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Thanks.